welcome to another edition of the ETB Sportsnet Coaches Show here on a Tuesday morning. I'm Kenneth the K-Rock Klein. Alongside with me, the head women's soccer coach, Erik Solberg, who, by the way, is doing a little bit of a public announcement to go out and vote. It is election day, unfortunately. But anyways, Coach Solberg, we'll skip the election part and let's get down to business, what we're really here to talk about. You had your last match of the season, actually, at UT Dallas. Hard-fought battle, but, needless to say, everything kind of went downhill after they scored the first goal. Just kind of talk about the match itself from an overall perspective and what things stood out to you the most.
I think what stood out to me is how well our team played and how well we followed the game plan. Unfortunately, we gave away 2 goals in the last 15 minutes. I thought we played really well in the first half. UT Dallas had the wind. Had 12 corners we had to defend in the first half. Didn't get any in the second half, so that was a really big positive. We got 1 in the second half, weren't able to score it. Had a couple of different chances in the match, actually. I think it's a little bit different. Obviously you're missing Reagan Kapler for the first time all season. She woke up with a stomach bug and didn't make the trip. So that, I'm not going to say it cost us the game by any means, but definitely changed what we would try to do. I thought our midfield played really, really well, despite missing her, and we just couldn't convert on a couple of our chances. We had good cross in from Kendall Shirley to Ashley Rondon. She might normally score that. Just didn't fall our way with the wind and stuff like that. And Kara Hunt had a set piece opportunity. We just couldn't quite get in the back of the net. Their keeper made a couple nice saves, and I thought we defended really, really hard. I thought we played really, really hard. We used a lot of players. Bench was great. The energy was great. Really felt like we were going to win the game. If we could get to overtime, we haven't lost one since I've been here in overtime. And unfortunately, just they made us pay on one mistake with about 15 minutes to go. 15:02, I think, left on the clock, and then we tried to chase the game, and they scored another one, kind of to put the nail in our coffin in the last 5 minutes, but really tremendously proud of them. We're a really super young team. We did get great play from our seniors and upperclassmen the last couple of games of the season, but really thought we've got a lot to build on, and obviously disappointed to lose the match, disappointed to not get over that hump of getting out of the quarterfinals, which this program hasn't done since 2005, but I thought we gave it our best shot. Kids played incredibly hard. I was really proud of them, and I'd rather lose with our kids than win with anybody else.
Definitely. So, this past season, obviously, it's been an up and down year. You've lost some players, due to injury. And, obviously there was a stretch there where we're trying to find yourselves. You got going, you found yourself back in the tournament. But, when you're kind of going through that up and down roller coaster, does it kind of feel like it can be too much to, overcome at times?
I don't know that I ever felt that way. I think it was tough. We took a couple, we opened the season with 2 pretty bad losses on the road and then lost to Hardin-Simmons, who's a really good team and 16-time conference champ here at home. And then we really just had to pick ourselves off the mat. I thought the McMurray game at home that we came back from one goal down was really huge. I thought coming back in overtime after Sil Ross equalized late to win on the road in Alpine was huge. And, then we had kind of a rough patch again after that. And so definitely, I never lost confidence in our team. I knew our schedule was tougher in the early part than the later part. I knew we had a good chance to win 3 out of our last 4 games. And, really, we ended up with more conference points and more wins than we did my first season here and still finished tied for 6th. So, I don't know that it ever felt difficult to overcome. It was definitely a different team. We had a lot of young players, people in different spots, even from last year. Our lineup was totally different. And we faced a lot of adversity, both on and off the field this year. But I'm really proud of how we responded. I thought we did a really good job to get into the tournament and play, and we were a tough out for UT Dallas. Didn't give up an early goal. We stayed in it until the last 15 minutes, and I think probably hurt their legs a little bit for their match on Friday when they lost to UMHB. So, it was a difficult year. It was definitely a different year than we've had since I've been here, but at the same point, I'm really proud of how our girls responded and matched the adversity in a positive way.
So you look back, and obviously this year, you're losing 2 players, which we talked about in both Megan Friend and Crystal Monzon-Hernandez, and those 2 played their hearts out, even though obviously it's unfortunate that their season had to come earlier than expected. But when you look at the effort that those 2 gave out, what stands out to you the most about that?
I think, for me, Crystal, the last, Howard Payne, I wish she had, she was injured early in the season, had a couple different things she was battling through, and we really didn't get a chance to see her healthy and get her a lot of playing time until recently. But we always start our seniors on senior day. Thought she played the game of her life, and so she earned the start for Tuesday, and thought she followed it up with another great match. And Meg's been a stalwart for our team, all 3 years I've been here, and just really proud of their effort. And I thought the whole team, really played for them and played for each other. They didn't want it to be their last game and their last weekend, and like you said, unfortunately it was. But I thought the way we played against Howard Payne really gave us something to build off of. I thought we played incredibly hard. And, to be fair, the better team probably won on Tuesday. Knut Drugen's done a good job. He's ASC Coach of the Year for a reason. They got a veteran team with a senior goalkeeper that played really, really well. And it was going to be a tough battle on their turf on the road as a 7th seed. It's never been done before, but I thought we gave them a run for our money.
So obviously next year, you're returning more players and more upperclassmen as well, because now that the young team has gotten some experience, what are you most looking forward to, next year, and how this team could, mesh together and hopefully pick up a better year?
Yeah, we're hoping some leaders will really emerge kind of in the wake of graduating Megan and Crystal, and really step forward and kind of make this team their own. I hope, the hard work, the expectations are already going to be there. We'll have a little bit of a smaller incoming freshman class, though I think a really talented one. But for us, it's really about, like the fact that a lot of these kids have played big minutes. A lot of the kids know how we want to play. We've kind of got the learning curve out of the way. We got, the schedule's a little bit more favorable next year, even though we still start on the road at UMHB and Concordia in conference. But, I think we're starting from a further spot. There's going to be a little less learning as we go through the season, and, we're going to kind of be able to pick up where we left off, which I thought we won 3 of our last 4 in the regular season before losing in the conference tournament. And I think we've got some positive momentum built. If you take away that rough patch in mid-September, I think we had a pretty good year and have some positive momentum built. But I'm excited to have the whole team back, and really, really excited to get to work in the spring and then have a great fall.
Well, Coach, obviously this is a tough one because, this is being your last interview here, but we will look forward to having more of you next year. So, and looking to see you next year as well. That was Coach Erik Solberg. You'll see more of him later on. We'll be back for more on the YouTube channel. Stick around for more in just a moment.